Hello everybody, this is Sean, and I've got Cisco with me today for this unboxing. And today it's going to be something that I've gotten them for their birthday. It's a classic Sega Genesis game. Neither one of us have owned it or really held the packaging of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So without explaining more, let's just get into there. Okay, I've gotten some of the package opened already while I was taking the labels off. Because you guys don't get to know my address.
I want to know our address.
You might. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's not even.
It's just paper. So we've got some fancy paper that came with it.
Ooh,
We've got some more fancy paper. We've got this beautiful bubble wrap packaging with nice bubbles that do not pop at all. This is an atrocity. This will not stand.
Okay, that will not stand. And there we go. In its original packaging. Zombies Ate My Neighbors for the Sega Genesis.
First impressions are it's got the texture and feel of a Rogers video rental case.
It's big and it's chunky.
Which is fantastic. We'll give it a good look here in a second, but...
You guys have a peek at that. Ooh. And then here's the back of it. Zombies ate my neighbors. The neighbors are just dying to meet you. Hey, where's that scary music coming from? Yikes, it's Zombies Ate My Neighbors, where you appear in every demented horror flick ever to make you hurl jujubes. What are two wholesome teenage stars doing in a 16-bit game like this? Trying to save the nice neighbors, cheerleaders, and babies from a fate worse than polyester. Who could put this slice of suburbia in such goose pimply hysteria? Zombies, relentless chainsaw maniacs, mummies, evil dolls that just won't die, lizard men, blobs, vampires, giant ants, Martians, and more. Where else will they turn up? Find your way through 55 horror-filled levels like a grocery store gone bad, shopping mile awry, mysterious island on your own backyard, don't miss weird kids on the block, Mars needs cheerleaders, and dances with werewolves. Will these crazy kids survive the night? You can fend off the freaks with a virtual candy counter of weapons like Uzi squirt guns, exploding soda pop bazookas, weed whackers, and ancient artifacts. Also grab power-up Rama like secret potions and Bobo Clown decoys. Use your victim radar viewer. Does this game ever end? Play Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Don't be surprised if your friends are missing when you hear the sound of the chainsaw hissing. 1 or 2 players for the Sega Genesis. Okay.
So, I'm excited.
You should crack that open.
Stiff.
Ooh.
Okay, so...
We've got a manual.
We have a manual. We weren't actually sure if it had a manual. So, we're just gonna...
I didn't tell them that I knew it had a manual.
I didn't know very much about this. So here's the back of it. Just a little quick tour. Licensed by Sega.
Ooh, it's a LucasArts.
It is 1 year older than I am. Or younger, sorry. I'm not that young anymore.
Welcome. You're about to have a very unusual gaming experience. This economy game is
Hold
loaded
up.
with ghouls.
Epilepsy warnings.
Yeah, they had to put that on video games.
They still do.
This economy game is loaded with ghouls, monsters, and zombies. Conquer 48 levels of giant ants, mad scientists, and big babies. Find the 7 bonus levels and earn points, and stockpile your water pistols and other weapons. Get the most frightening enjoyment from the Sega Genesis game. We recommend you read this instruction manual completely before playing.
So...
Okay. Here you go.
This game just keeps loves talking about itself, and I miss this about manuals.
Like, games these days don't have them.
No.
I used to read through these entire things before I played, which is probably what we're going to do right now.
Most likely. If
so
you
do you
want to
wanna
skip
start,
forward
or-
in the video, feel free to. We're probably going to go through quite a bit of this.
Okay, and I'll let you start.
See zombies hunting humans. See aliens kidnapping cheerleaders. See mummies maiming tourists. And see it all right on your television. Seen in Zombies Ate My Neighbors. There are monsters, werewolves, slimy blobs, and bushel of other hideous creatures out to capture innocent people. They're attacking your neighbors. They're attacking your neighbors' kids, their dogs, and other humans they can find. It's up to you to use any means possible to save the victims before the bad guys get them. You'll start with just a squirt gun and a first aid kit, but there are lots of weapons laying around to help you win these battles. You'll find bazookas and weed eaters, Martian bubble guns, and dreaded powerful blob-destroying ice pops. I want an ice pop.
But wait, there's more! There are secret potions that can transmogrify you, become a super beast, and give the zombies a taste of their own medicine. Find the mystical Pandora's box that releases smart bomb energy blasts. Take inflatable clowns to use as decoys, and collect keys to open doors and to discover more valuable items. Ooh, dramatic. How to save the world.
You will play the game as one of two brave kids, Zeke or Julie. If you're playing the two-player game, one player can pick each kid, but you can't have two Zekes or two Julies. Well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
If you don't like the name Zeke or Julie, you can call them by other names. Nick and Beth, Spike and Sarah, Pat and Pat. We won't tell you what to do, but we know their names are really Zeke and Julie.
Oh no, well that's insistent. There are 10 victims at the start of the game. You must rescue them before the monsters destroy them. Once all the victims are gone, either rescued by you or caught by the monsters, an exit door appears to let you leave that level. Unless the monsters get them all, then the game is over. You can then leave the level right away, or continue to search for treasures and weapons. When you exit a level, your points are displayed, and bonus points are added for the victims you have saved. Saving all 10 victims earns an extra bonus. There are other ways to earn bonus points as well. For example, you get a weed-eating bonus on level 11 if you chop all of the killer weeds.
Weeds.
You will continue to progress through the game as long as you have victims remaining, and lives for yourself.
You will start with 10 victims. Well, we already knew that. The body count goes down every time a monster claims one of the victims. The game will continue only as long as you have at least one victim remaining, and lives described below. You can earn bonus victims by earning points, but you may never have more than 10 victims at one time. If you have 10 victims at bonus time, you will earn an extra life instead.
Okay.
Your lives. Each player will start with 3 quote-unquote lives. When your quote-unquote life bar runs out, you lose a life. There are hidden quote-unquote bonuses in the game. You may also earn bonus lives if you earn enough points mentioned in above victims.
Ooh. Getting started. Follow these directions to play zombies, ... I think they mean Ate My Neighbors. With the power switch off, place the game into your Genesis. Make sure your television is turned on. Press the start button. Did anything happen? Turn on the power switch in the Sega Genesis and repeat start 3. See, it's a challenge. We haven't even begun playing the game yet.
Ooh.
When you get to the zombies ... maybe Ate My Neighbors title screen, press the start button to highlight either start, password, or options. You've done it.
And this is a diagram of a Genesis. If you've never had one, or you don't have to own one, you can just dream about playing it in there.
We'll show you ours soon. You can use the password screen to start from a different level. As you play the game, you will earn a password every 4th level. Highlight the correct letters and press the A, B, or C buttons to enter them. When you have all 4 letters entered, press start or choose end to continue to the appropriate level.
Neighborhood map. Neighborhood map time.
Player life bar, player 1 points, player 1 weapon, player 1 item, radar, player 2 life bar, player 2 points, player 2 item, player 2 weapon.
We got lots of stuff.
Game screen is divided into 2 parts. On the left part of the screen is the neighborhood map. This is where all the action takes place. The right side is the information area. Displays life bar, points, weapons, and special items for both players. Player 1 is on the top, player 2 is on the bottom. In the middle is the radar. It will tell you how many victims are left for you to save and where they are located. If you picture your character in the middle of the radar, then the little white blips that you see represent the victims. Move towards the blips to save them, and they will soon appear on the big area map on the left.
Options screen.
The options screen is used before the start of the game to change the configuration of the control pad. You can decide which of the buttons is going to be the change button, the weapon button, and the item button. Control your destiny!
Just in case you didn't know how to use a controller, the controller pad is used to walk and aim your weapons. Press it in the direction you want to throw, shoot, or walk. The default settings for a 3-button controller pad are: we will actually be using a 3-button controller today. Press A and hold the A button and tap the C button to change your special item. Press the C button to use your special item. Press and hold the A button and tap the B button to change your weapon. Press the B button to use your readied weapon. Press the start button to pause during gameplay. You cannot pause on the score scoring screens between levels. That's almost a tongue twister, folks.
You cannot pause on the scoring screens between levels. Scoring screens.
Yeah.
6-button power. I wish I had a 6-button controller. I need to get one. If you have a 6-button controller plugged in, the 6-button configuration options are available through the options screen. Use the D button to change the selections, and then press Start to accept your choice and return to the title screen. There are several preset button arrangements from which to pick. The default settings are A button, use the selected weapon. B button, use the selected special item. X button, change the weapon. Y button, change the special item. We have to hold buttons to do that. Know your neighbors.
These are the nice folks you'll be trying to save through the game. Cheerleaders. They're worth 1,000 points. Try to save all the cheerleaders at the football games for big points. Baby, worth 700 points, but can turn into big trouble at certain times. Dog, worth 500 points. Why doesn't the dog get more of a description? Come on, man. Trampoline girl, worth 300 points. Tortoise, worth 200 points, but careful around them in the dark.
You said tortoists.
Oh, tourists. Tourists. Derp. Barbecue guy. This obnoxious neighbor is only worth 5 points, but his barbecue feast is worth 100 points. Hint for energy.
Extra burgers.
Extra burgers. Inner tube. Look for this guys in the water and get 100 points. Soldier, worth 100 points, usually has a weapon around. Handy. Explorer, worth 500 points. Evil school teacher. She gives you a bad grade in 10 points. Maybe you're not spending enough time on your homework. I finished all of my homework years ago. Maybe.
I'm not doing any more homework. Sorry, guys.
Even if it's not done.
And then there's the elusive son of Dr. Tongue. Find him, and you'll learn what he's worth. Weapons. Your readied weapon will be displayed below the life bar. Press and hold the A button and tap the B button to switch weapons. Below the weapon is a number which shows how many shots, uses, or of that weapon you have remaining. When you run out of shots or uses, the weapon will be dropped from your inventory. Squirt gun. Your starting weapon is good for beating the average ghoul. Refills are easy to find. Soda pop cans. These work like hand grenades. They explode on impact and eliminate most low-powered monsters on one shot. Great against evil dolls. Bazooka. Very powerful. Use it to blow holes through cracked walls and weak spots in hedges. Good against chainsaw maniacs. Fire extinguisher. Freeze monsters. A long blast for long freeze, or a short blast for a quick freeze. This is one of only 2 weapons that are effective against the jelly blobs. Ice pops will also work. Weed eater. Cuts through weeds. And monsters. Ancient artifact. This talisman will produce a spinning fire that protects you and destroys the monsters it touches. Silverware. An excellent weapon that you come across when you come across a werewolf or 2. Plates. Effective if you have nothing else to use. Martian bubble gun. Captures the target in a temporary bubble. Try it on ants. Tomatoes. Not as good as plates, but Martians hate them. Ice pops. These can kill the jelly blobs when you toss them from a distance. Football. Throw it deep to get the football players off your back.
Special items. Scroll through these special items by pressing and holding the A button and tapping the C button. Some items destroy monsters and give you special powers, and some are unpredictable. Keys. You need them to open doors. Skeleton keys opens the skull doors. Monster potion in a red bottle become a purple beast with an attitude and bash through walls, doors, and monsters. You are invincible until the potion wears off. Ghoul Kid potion, blue bottle. Turn into a specter and roam freely. You can't be hurt, but you can't shoot any monsters either. Random potion in a question mark bottle. There's no way to know what the effect of this potion will have. It could restore your health, give you a speed boost, cause damage, or turn you into a purple beast. There are other effects that you will have to discover on your own, but we'll warn you that if you turn green, you turn mean.
Oh no.
We'll find out what that means.
Speed shoes?
Speed shoes.
The TK Transylvania Knights 3000 cross trainers are great for sprinting around the hood. The effect is temporary, but cool. Decoys. These inflatable punching clowns attract monsters and draw the attention away from you. Pandora's Box. The golden chest releases energy blasts when used. They seek and destroy those nocturnal terrors chasing you. First aid kit. Use it to restore your life bar to full force. Dr. Tongue, I presume? To win the game, you'll have to beat the elusive Dr. Tongue in one final battle. He has created most of the creatures in his laboratory, and once you defeat him, the world will be safe again. Or will it? Werewolves? Vlad Belmont, the vampire? Stanley Decker, the chainsaw maniac? Mommy Dearest? Tommy the evil doll? The pod plant? Gilman of the Blue Lagoon? And a basic zombie, who's basically just a basic bitch.
And then we got some warranty info and consumer report. I'm kind of curious to know if this still works.
There's a warranty services number as well if we have any issues with our game cartridge, which we'll find out next.
On Zombies Ain't My Neighbors.
Okay, now let's give this game a try. Loading it up.
And... Ooh. Konami.
I miss that Konami noise. Reminds me of Contra.
Oh, LucasArts. You made great games once upon a time. And here we are. Zombies ate my wibbly neighbors.
Start, password, or options. Let's just jump right in.
We're just gonna go to start.
Pick your character. Go with the girl. That purple jacket's awesome. I'm gonna jump in and play after this. We don't have a capture card, so I have to hold the camera now. But that's something we're gonna fix eventually.
Rescue the neighbors in level 1, zombie panic. Everyone panic. Alright. Wow, okay. So there's a cheerleader right off the bat. Oh, I missed her. Oh, I can't grab her. Here she goes. I've got, oh, I think this is the angry teacher. Oh, Jesus, there was angry things in the garbage. I have a key, and a baby, and a barbecue man, and some other people, and I don't quite know what that was. Oh, ammo for my squirt gun. Okay. And open up this door, rescue a baby. Oh! I can open cabinets, apparently. Oh, shoot. Pesky zombies. Jesus Christ, they keep popping up all over the place. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Those zombies seem pretty, incessant.
Let's try out some of these pop cans. Oh. Oh, God. Yeah, die. Okay. Back to the squirt gun. And let's go this way. Hey, floaty pool guy. Hi, floaty pool guy.
And there we go. That's an example of the gameplay that you get with Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I'm kind of excited to have a good old classic game to be playing again, other than the Sonic ones that we've shown you guys before. I've been playing those constantly. I'm going to put a link to our unboxing of this actual Genesis system, as well as our other games we've done for it below. Until then, maybe you should like, subscribe, check out the other videos that we have. Press that little notification button, because we've started doing videos pretty much on a weekly basis now. And have yourself a great night. And I'm gonna hop into the game here and have a good old classic game night. Goodbye.